is New Day Northwest. Now, here's Margaret Larson.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to New Day Northwest. First up, a singer-songwriter who helped shape the pop and MTV landscape during the 80s. You might remember, you will remember, some of Men at Work's biggest hits like Down Under, Who Can It Be Now, and Overkill, to name just a few. Frontman Colin Hay continues to record and perform live. He also works as an actor. Colin's new album is entitled Fierce Mercy, showcasing his distinctive writing and vocal style. He's performing at Benaroya Hall, and we are thrilled to have him here on New Day. Please welcome Colin Hay.
I dropped a coin in the wishing well, but it's a long time dry. I watched that old Greyhound bus kick up dust as it rolls on by. I asked the man in the station, he said, son, just take a look around. There hasn't been a train through here since it all came tumbling down. Come tumbling down, come tumbling down, come tumbling, come tumbling, come tumbling down. I'm not a drinking man no more, but this one night I got lost. I've never been much of a dancer, but this night I surely was. I made it out to the cottonwood, slept with my ear down to the ground. And in my dreams I could hear the screams as it all came tumbling down. Come tumbling down, come tumbling down, come tumbling, come tumbling, come tumbling down. The corridors are all empty and there's a child sitting on the stairs. She's seeing everything there is to see, but somehow she still cares. We took a ride on the Ferris wheel, made of glass and steel and such. Now it's melting in the sun, it's not worth all that much. I raise my hands up to the sky as we climb to higher ground. Let's just keep on dancing until it all comes tumbling down. Come tumbling down, come tumbling down, come tumbling, come tumbling, come tumbling down. Yeah. Come tumbling down, come tumbling down, come tumbling, come tumbling, come tumbling down. Come tumbling down, come tumbling down, come tumbling, come tumbling, come tumbling down.
All right. That was wonderful. Can you believe we got to hear him right here? Come on over, Colin.
Thank you.
It's so good to meet you. Thanks for coming.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you? You sound wonderful. Come
Thank
sit
you.
over here by me.
Yes, this big couch
This
just
big
for the
couch.
two of us.
Don't leave me alone on the couch. So how are you doing?
Good.
It's wonderful
Nice
to hear
haircut.
you. Thank you very much.
Very nice.
Thank you. So I was thinking about how long you've been in our musical memory. No, don't take this the wrong way, because I remember it, from in the same way. What is it like? I was watching you, and your musicianship, your voice, it's all so developed and beautiful, and it's like it gets deeper over the years. How does it feel to you?
Feels good. Yeah. It's what you do. You just try and get better all the time.
Right.
You try and refine things and get rid of what you don't need, make things more essential. You know what I mean?
Ah, that's a really good point. Get rid of things you don't need.
Yeah.
That's probably a good bit of life advice.
Yeah, well, you want to just kind of, whatever baggage you have, you want to just be able to carry it on. You know what I mean? Not have to check it all the time.
That's a good point. Fierce Mercy, what does that title mean?
Well, it was coined by the guy that I wrote a lot of the songs on this record with. A friend of mine lives up the road. He had a bit of a health scare, and he came round to my house with a piece of music, which was beautiful, and said, "Fierce Mercy." So, because he got a tap on the shoulder.
Right.
So there was a ferocity to it, but it was still somewhat merciful because it didn't take him out.
Yeah.
So I think on a personal level that happens a lot. Just look after yourself. And on a global way, I think that's becoming more and more obvious all the time. That some would say that we're past the point of no return.
We're not. We're not.
But there is a ferocity to it. But there is still something merciful about it, because it's giving us all these warnings that we've got to pay attention to.
To pay attention to what's important.
Yeah,
And
especially
to stop putting so much energy into things that are destructive.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, well, you have to really, you know, at a personal level and at a political level, at a macro level, we have to really focus on what's really important, and I think that it's becoming more and more obvious what is important, you know, especially environmentally, you know.
Talk to me more about that. What's important to you?
Well, taking care of each other. I think that's really the key. You know, we're just a small planet floating around the sun. You know, there's probably other life out there, but we don't. At the moment, we are it. So it's ridiculous that we run around beating each other up and killing each other and doing all kinds of horrible things. So, you know, we really should take care of the planet, take care of ourselves within it, and realize that this is a very, very precious place in which we live. Take
care of each other. Let's talk about the time when Men at Work just sort of exploded on MTV.
We didn't take care of each other.
No? What happened?
No, well, you know, bands are... Look, it's weird.
Bands are notorious for this, right?
Look, I wish there was an interesting story to tell, you know, but bands are weird things, you know, and I think that men within their 20s have very limited communication skills, you know, so all the problems that you have in a band, they're not very important.
Right.
But they appear to be at the time.
It's like family's only weirder.
Yeah, well, you know, 6 men together, it's very unnatural. You know, it's, and we, it wasn't even that so much. It was just like, you know, bands don't tend to last. I have great respect for bands that have stood the test of time.
Don't you? Like, I think about the Rolling Stones, and I think about all the things that have been said and done and came out and whatnot, and somehow they've managed to stick together. That's really something else.
So, and there's a bunch of others like that, but that wasn't our destiny. And but I was very happy. See, I started playing acoustic music when I was about 14 by myself, and in many ways for 15 years I did that, and then decided to put a rock and roll band together. And it just exploded. So that was really the punctuation mark as opposed to anything else. And so after that, when I was by myself again, that felt quite natural to me. Like it's a natural thing for me just to play the acoustic guitar and play songs for people.
Well, you sound like 3 people, not just one. There's a lot of music there that's coming out. But let's take a look at a video, and then I want to get your memories of this. Everybody knows this song.
He was 6'4" and full of muscle. I said, "Do you speak my language?" He just smiled and gave me a Vegemite sandwich. And he said, "I come from a land of love. Beat us slow and mention her."
God, I love that song, and I also did not know what a Vegemite sandwich was at the time.
Yes. It's not for the faint of heart.
It's not for the faint of heart. So what was that like? What are your memories of that period of time?
Well, amazing. I mean, I think I was maybe 28 or something like that, and it's at that particular time in your life where you have to, you know, accelerate, put on a bit of a spurt, like get yourself happening, because otherwise life can pass you by.
Right.
So that's what happened, and the band formed, and it coincided with hitting a bit of a songwriting streak. So, you know, you would write a song and you would take it to the band to rehearse, and all of a sudden you'd be playing it. So there was an immediate vehicle to play those songs, and there were lots of songs coming thick and fast. And the band formed, and we immediately attracted a huge live audience, which just kept growing. So you get that impression that you're making all the right moves, but there's something else going on. You know, it's almost like you're creating it, but you're not totally in control of what's happening. You just kind of, you think, oh, this is this has got a head of steam. The train's left the station. You just would try to stay on the board, you know. So it was very, very exciting time for us, for me personally, and for the band. And it was a dream. It was you know, we were very motivated. We were very ambitious, and we wanted to be an internationally successful band, and that's what happened. So it was it's a very exciting time, especially. The United States was the last country to pick up on the band, so it had happened in a lot of other countries. Yeah, America was very slow off the mark, you know.
Sometimes we are.
Yeah. Yeah, but once that happened, I remember we opened up for Fleetwood Mac for a tour. That was very exciting, and that helped us a lot.
I wish I'd seen that.
And then we got to do Saturday Night Live, and I remember, you know, on a Friday or something, our single was #3, and then when we did that show, and then the Monday it was #1. So it was all terribly exciting, and Eddie Murphy came into our dressing room, and it was like, wow.
We have
It was
arrived.
exciting, yeah.
We have arrived.
Yeah.
So glad you are still writing and singing and putting music out into the world, and it's a beautiful CD.
Nice to be here
so
with you.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Colin performs tonight and tomorrow night at Benaroya Hall in Seattle. That's going to be a wonderful venue for you. The sound is amazing. Please visit our website to buy tickets and for links to Colin's music and to his social media as well. Still ahead, a punk rock dissident who spent nearly 2 years in prison in her native Russia because of her views. She's in Seattle with a new book and play. We'll meet her after this.